Ready to change the world together? I'm Jin and I'm living incognito. Like, subscribe, or comment if these conversations got you thinking or helped you. Around the beginning of 2021, 2022, something like that, I was doing advanced teacher training in Bali. And that's where I was introduced to the Perdekamp Emotional Method, heretofore known as PEM. And this is a way of getting in and out of extreme emotion in a frictionless way. That's the actor angle. There's a whole wellness angle to PEM as well that's utterly fascinating. But as an actor, I got interested. And then I was doing some trainings online, and then I flew to LA, did some training there. I got Sarah Victoria, the main teacher of it, to come up to Seattle. We did a workshop here. People loved it. And I was hearing from a casting director and a director that subtlety, nuance, but with all of the emotion is something that is needed from actors in the Pacific Northwest a little bit more. And I thought, well, why don't I train in becoming a certified teacher of PEM? And so that's what I'm going to do. And I'm really excited to do that and to help actors get into and out of extreme emotion and then learn how to calibrate these emotions in a genuine way, and all without it taking a chunk out of your heart and soul, which is what can happen when we're working on a show, and nobody is saying, hey, this is how you can get out of it and trust that you can get back into it without a problem. So it has a lot to do with directions of energy, organs, things like that. And I have seen amazing things happen in these workshops. And I've also experienced these extreme emotions and then gotten out, felt clean, even refreshed after doing this. And I've been able to apply it to my work. So I'm loving it. And I feel like if this had existed when I was in grad school, like that and yoga and practical aesthetics, I would have been good. I would have been on fire coming out of there. And it would have been a lot healthier experience auditioning too. That if I had had any kind of audition experience where I felt all kind of gnarled up inside, then I would have had a way of getting out of that and getting on with my day in a much healthier way. I'm excited about that. I'm excited to be able to provide that to other actors. One of the things that is so interesting, unique, and effective about PEM work is that you feel safe. You know that you can get into something in an extreme way. And I dare say in a way that when you're a little kid playing and acting, it's that same kind of feeling. You're really intense, you're really maybe even losing your mind, but you know you're safe. It feels real. It is real, right? Because you're working with the systems that the body already has, but you can get into it and you can get out of it, and it goes against so much of the acting training that I'd gotten along the way, where, like, oh, you have to suffer in order for this to be real and all that kind of stuff. No, you don't have to suffer, and you're actually going to feel more and more healthy the more PEM you do. So people don't often acknowledge that a play will work on the actor, to quote Karen Kohlhaas of the Atlantic Theater Company. She knows this, and she's able to articulate it really well. And she's the teacher I aspire to be. Triple Virgo. Anyway, she was able to articulate to our class how it should not be surprising if you are playing Electra and then all of a sudden find that you're questioning authority and flipping tables. No, it's going to happen the more your nervous system aligns with the story that you're telling. But part of what's great about PEM is that feeling of, oh, I'm in the zone, I can't let this go, or else I might not act as well. You can let that go. You can go back to being yourself. You can go back to being a good roommate or partner or whatever. I don't know if any actors out there have ever experienced that, where they're roommate is in a show or you're in a show and you're like, I'm not myself, and struggling, right? That doesn't have to be your process. You can actually go into and out of extreme emotions and come back to yourself and feel centered and know absolutely that you can get back into that groove when you need to, like a professional. And if you want to find out more, you can go to pem-acting.com, pem-acting.com. There's a lot of great information there. Everybody is allowed to have whatever process they want to have. If they get joy out of torturing themselves to get into a role, and they live in a mansion and have people who can feed them and all of that, while they just stew in this pressure cooker of extreme emotion over an extended period of time. Awesome. Go ahead. But it's nice to know that there are options. And so that's one of the things that I love about PEM, that uh, if you, let's say you're doing a couple of films at the same time, right? That's gonna mess up your sauce. So if you are able to get into and out of character and these emotions with one character, and then the next morning show up at 4 a.m. and do your other character and not have that muddied by anything, that's a good thing, right? So why not give it a go? And it is a fascinating exploration of what else you got going on in there that maybe you didn't know was there because it is safe. So, yeah, Pam, pretty great. I hope today's conversation got you thinking, and thank you for joining me. I'm Jen, and I'm living incognito. Please remember to like, subscribe, comment, and you can join more of the conversation at the podcast or at the website. Happy to see you there.